And welcome back, pregame.tv. We turn the tables now. No more college. First three videos were college. We go to the NFL. New York Giants at home against the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams playing Monday night. Giants didn't fare well. Arizona came up big at the end.
Arizona, once again, proving that they're very opportunistic, if nothing else. They stole the game. That's not a game they should have won. They're down double digits going into the fourth quarter. A couple of big mistakes by the Chargers, including Phillip Rivers lets a snap go through his hands that cost them 3 points, might have cost them the football game. They failed to contain Carson Palmer, who's not a runner. And Palmer gets away, I think it was the 3rd and 11, runs for a first down. And as soon as that happens, it's like, they got to take the ball down the field and win the game. I'm just glad I had the Chargers plus the points rather than on the money line. That's a tough loss if you had San Diego money line. Fortunately, getting the points, you had the two missed 2-point conversions, and we're able to sneak out of there with a win on the Chargers plus the points. But, that game was 2013 all over again. San Diego finding a way to blow the game in the fourth quarter. And the Arizona Cardinals, maybe not the most talented crew out there, but when it comes to just maximizing what they've got and finding just some crazy path to the winner's circle, they do it. I know Carson Palmer on the new diet, everything. I've never seen him that fleet of foot. What the heck? Maybe 5-hour energy before the game or something like that. I don't know what it was, but you could see that he really has got his wheels back under him. It's as if his knee is the healthiest it's been since before he got hurt. Dave, you know what concerns me, and we see a trend in the NFL. So much is done from the shotgun now. When teams need a yard or a yard and a half, like the Colts on the Monday night or on the Sunday night game, they needed a yard. Andrew Luck's under center, and they just had no answer. Nobody turns and hands the ball. What happened to Sam Bam Cunningham up and over the top, or Walter Payton? We don't see that anymore. No, everybody wants to be wide open now, and it just doesn't work all the time. And it's funny, we see more of it in college football, where if you stop a team from doing what they like to do, they have no answer. None, because they're just not versatile enough. You wouldn't expect that to be the case in the NFL, and yet in some cases it absolutely is. Yeah, it's so weird to see somebody like Rivers go under center. Yeah. It almost telegraphs and let you know this is going to be a run. I agree, and I like what they're doing with these offenses for the most part. They're taking advantage of the rules that are out there. Right. Let's face it, it's geared to being wide open right now, but you still got to have those short yardage plays. And it looks like 3rd and 2 is tougher than 3rd and 8 sometimes. No doubt. Now, the Giants against Detroit, wow. Debacle there. They were in over their heads right from the get-go. Yeah, it was, I think I'll go ahead and say that might be the worst pick I'll make all season in the NFL. I took the Giants plus the points. The public did not have a good weekend in the NFL, but they certainly did well in that game. They were all over the Lions, and so were the Smarts. So that was a bad game for the house. They didn't have too many this weekend. It was a great weekend for sportsbooks. But Monday they did get beat on that game. And the Giants looked beyond incompetent. I think I'd have to say they were the worst football team I saw play this weekend, and that includes college. No, but they were just awful. I'll just agree with you there as far as the worst pick, because not only did I have the Giants, I had them teased plus 12.5. I mean, you can't cover 12.5 on the opening game. That's pretty sad. Eli Manning, off a disastrous season last year, thought he was going to rebound, but he's got no receivers. I mean, you lose Beckham Jr. Who does he have? He's got two guys. It's not just that fact. He's not throwing the football well. I mean, he flat out missed open guys in that Monday Night Football game. And you're talking about a guy who last year, he had numbers that you expect to see if you go back and look at the Bradshaw era. You saw quarterbacks with as many interceptions as touchdowns. You never see that anymore. His numbers last year were staggeringly awful. 18 touchdowns and 27 picks. Wow. With these rules, that's unbelievable. And he's off to a terrible start this year. I know you're not supposed to put too much stress in preseason, but the fact is the Giants' offense was inept during the preseason, and say, all right, well, it's a grace period. They're breaking in this new West Coast thing, and it's going to take time for Eli to get comfortable in it. How much time? What, 3-4 years? Because he sure doesn't look like I don't think he's made for this offense, to tell you the truth. And I think the Giants have some major, major issues. They started off 0-6 last year. I wouldn't be shocked if it happens again. The only surefire remedy for Eli Manning, and I know you're the big Bostonian, is for him to go against the Patriots in a big game. He might come up big. I don't think that's going to happen either. Just teasing. All right, Dave Koken, this is your NFL play. Giants at home against the Arizona Cardinals. Dave Koken, go ahead. Let's make it official. I'm not big on playing NFL totals. You'll only see, I can't give you an exact number of how many I'll play during the course of the season, but I average less than one a week. Totals are not my specialty, but this one looks to me to be a standout. The New York Giants offense isn't going to get better in a week. And this week they're facing a really good defense. You know, the Lions have some capable guys, but I don't think there's anybody out there that's ready to stamp Detroit as one of the elite defenses in the league. And yet last week, the Giants were able to do absolutely nothing. They got 14 points on the board total. They were lucky to get that. They were absolutely horrendous. They were horrendous in the preseason. They don't appear to be comfortable in this offense. The offensive line isn't working at all. The receiving game outside of Victor Cruz, nobody's scared there. The running game isn't there. There's nothing positive to say about this offense at all. I think the Giants' defense can improve off what they did on Monday. They're not facing a guy who was red hot on Monday. I mean, listen, that Detroit quarterback can play a little bit when his mechanics are right. Carson Palmer is a good workman-like quarterback, can throw the ball long, and maybe he can beat the Giants a couple of times this game. But I think Arizona is going to take a conservative approach in this game and let their defense do the work. Why? Because they don't fear the Giants' offense. The Cardinals are going to look at this and say, look, if we can get 20 points on the board, we're a cinch. We're going to walk out of this stadium with a victory. I think this will be a conservatively played game, and I expect it to be a low-scoring game. I don't think you'll see more than 33, 34 points scored in this game. Good value on the Giants and the Cardinals to stay under the posted total.
There you go. That's good stuff. Dave Koken liking the under in the Giants at home against Arizona. And like you said, could be a long year for those Giants fans.
And a short year for Tom Coughlin, because he's not going to coach 16 games if this team doesn't get it together.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, we'll be back next Thursday with, or actually next Wednesday night, which is when we'll put out some videos, 4 of them each week. Ken Thompson, Dave Koken. We'll do that. NFL, college, we'll mix them up. Again, Dave Koken, you can check him out first preview on Thursdays, and that, of course, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on ESPN Radio here in Las Vegas, and also Monday through Friday at 2 to 3.
2 to 3 is correct.
2 to 3, and that show is the Las Vegas Sports Line.
The one and only.
That's it, with Matt Humans and the boys. All right, Ken Thompson. Of course, you can check me out, SportsX Radio, on the Yahoo Sports Radio Network, Monday through Friday. When you're in town, stop by the Palazzo inside Legacy Stadium. Say hello. They're from 7 to 10 p.m., Monday through Friday, Pacific time. Till next Wednesday, Ken Thompson, Dave Koken, hoping all your games turn out well. We'll talk to you next week on pregame.tv.